From Youngstown, Ohio, inside of Kappa Studios, this is the Fourth Quarter Cast.
Hey, tell me who that nigga if it ain't me. If it ain't a party, then it's finna be. Never had a problem that I couldn't solve. It must be official if I get involved. Quarter pound of fire burning daily.
Hello, welcome to the Fourth Quarter Cast. This is your boy K Moore, in for another show. All right, we got my boy Cap.
Yeah,
and that's pretty much it.
That's it.
It's just us two.
Unfortunately,
but
it's fun.
The
We're still here.
perks of growing up, I guess.
Yeah.
Bull crap.
No more friends.
No more friends. Friend moved to Columbus. Other one moved into a townhouse.
Yeah. Falling asleep
Getting
on the
married.
couch at 7:30 on a Monday.
He's probably going to sleep right now, actually.
Yeah.
Jared's going to sleep right now.
Miss him.
Yeah, screw him.
Thinking about you.
But we have a lot to get into.
We do.
We got Browns. We got college football. We got some NBA. You know, Cavaliers. They just lost.
Just lost.
They're up.
Right before we recorded.
That makes no sense. They're up 100 to 97 at 18 seconds left. Usually that's just like, okay, Magic, they can, I don't know, they can get a three, tie the game. Okay, we get the last shot. Whatever. Sure. No, they lose.
Nah.
Practical Cleveland. Exactly.
That's about it.
But yeah, we're going to start with the NFL first, you know?
We are going to start with the NFL. We are halfway through the season, so I figured it would be appropriate. Where's my button here? Here we go. We're going to do a little bit of mid-season awards, everybody. It's going to be great. Can't wait. And we're just going to go through them all. So as of right now, as it stands, who would you take as Coach of the Year?
Coach of the Year. Hard not to go with Sean McVay from the Rams.
It is.
It's really hard. Only because, like,
they were just undefeated.
Like, just this past Sunday. So it's hard not to go Sean McVay. I think he is my number one option as Coach of the Year. Because, I mean, you can't, like, how can you even
8-0, man.
You're 8-0
Yeah.
for the longest.
Or it just took them 8 games to find their vulnerability.
I mean, really,
just by chance. The schedule worked
guess.
out that their vulnerability happened 8 games in.
I mean,
maybe.
But maybe, I mean,
or not.
But you have to give
8-0 is hard to do.
But you have to give it to the Saints. They're a very high scoring offense. They've been a high scoring offense for a while. So I mean,
think about it. They could have very well lost last week to Green Bay. But
they could have.
What's
but
his nuts fumbled the ball?
Ty Montgomery decided, you know what? I'm 3 yards deep in the end zone. What? We got Aaron Rodgers on the sideline. We're good. And he fumbles. This idiot. I mean, honestly, if I didn't go with Sean McVay, who I think is the choice for Coach of the Year, I think he will win Coach of the Year. Andy Reid's second. I mean, look at Kansas City. I mean, Patrick Mahomes coming in off his rookie year, thinking like this kid's really, I don't know if he's ready. And what does he do? He's balling. He's balling.
He is balling.
He's doing what he wants. So it's gonna be interesting to see. I think Sean McVay is the pick right now. It's kind of hard to go against him.
So on this one article I found, third, Sean McVay, second, Andy Reid, and his favorite, Matt Nagy, Chicago Bears.
Okay.
What?
Oh my God.
You're really against that, huh?
I just don't get it. Like understand the Bears are first in the NFC North. I get that. Okay.
Right.
That's I get it.
Sure.
It's hard to go against it, right? But you're the Bears. You're 5-3. Like the Chiefs. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
The Rams only lost 1 game so far.
Right. So like without Matt Nagy, what's their record? You know, it's like, what are you going into your decision making? You know?
Like, it's not like, Trubisky hasn't, improved or anything. I mean, I think I don't know. It just baffles me sometimes when like the Chicago, like why is he a front runner for that? Like, and I understand you're saying like, okay, the Bears sucked last year, they're 5-3 this year, first in their division. That makes sense. But we have the Rams who are undefeated. We're undefeated. You have the Chiefs who are literally pummeling everyone in their way except for the Green Bay.
Easily the best offense in the NFL.
They have a cheat. Right. He's a human cheat code, Tyreek Hill. Throw him the ball, he's probably going to score.
Bruh.
I just don't get how that even
I don't get it.
crosses your mind. Like, you know what? Nah. Both of these teams have one loss, but, you know, we're going to go with the 5-3 Bears.
Moving on.
I don't get it.
What about the comeback player of the year?
Comeback player of the year. Honestly, so this is crazy. So thinking about this, really, I think there's only two people you can really say, like, okay, comeback player of the year.
Okay.
Andrew Luck, who I thought was going to be the front runner for comeback player of the year. He's missed so much time.
Right.
I forgot what he played like. And then second, I would say J.J. Watt. I think those are the two up for it. I mean, making case. Man, I'm trying to think who else you can make a case for. Like with Aaron Rodgers, like, because he was hurt last year. You know what I mean? Like, but he's up for MVP.
Right.
So it's like, nah.
Pick, choose
okay,
your battles.
so we're gonna go. I'm gonna go with Andrew Luck and J.J. Watt. Only because
so just for reference, this guy went third, Adrian Peterson.
Okay.
Second, Andrew Luck. First, J.J. Watt.
Okay, I like that three. I like Adrian Peterson. Not necessarily comeback player of the year. I think when I think of comeback player of the year, I think of someone who's like gotten hurt, which Andrew Luck, J.J. Watt both got hurt.
Yeah.
I think Adrian Peterson got hurt, but like it was like, okay, you can keep playing. It was just like, okay, new career. I mean, he got traded. He got traded to the Saints, and then, it's just like, okay, now he's finding his footing again. But honestly, me personally, it's going to be J.J. Watt or Andrew Luck. It has to be. Probably J.J. Watt.
Yeah. Moving on. Also, the list we're referencing is from Bill Barnwell. These are his picks. Mm-hmm. So he's a staff writer.
Yes.
For ESPN. Next, Defensive Rookie of the Year.
I mean,
I don't know how you don't go with Denzel Ward.
It could be Denzel Ward, but Bradley Chubb. Bradley Chubb has been playing.
Yeah?
He's been doing well.
He's a football player.
I will say Denzel Ward is definitely in there. Just him, and I think especially with these awards, there's less like you don't really need team success to really get in the they sucked, like he can't be
right.
No, Denzel Ward is that good. But I will say Chubb is. I'm telling you, him and Von Miller have been wreaking havoc. Yeah, I think I like those choices actually. Denzel Ward and I think Chubb are two good defensive rookies.
So his top three: third, Bradley Chubb. Second, Derwin James. The Chargers.
Yeah, safety.
And Darius Leonard from the Colts.
All right. All right. I think he's just doing this to be fun.
Yeah, maybe.
Like I heard Derwin James. Derwin James had a good year. Yeah. Raquan Smith from Chicago's even had a good year. Chubb from Broncos, but like, who? What?
Yeah.
And I think that's where team success comes in. Are you relevant?
Right.
Like, is your team relevant? At
right.
least?
I think that has to matter. Moving on. Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Offensive Rookie of the Year. I mean, honestly, is it anyone else but Saquon Barkley? Like,
third, Kerryon Johnson. Kerryon. Not sure how to pronounce that. From the Lions.
Okay.
Second, Calvin Ridley.
Okay, Calvin Ridley's had a good year.
First, Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, like, how is it not Saquon Barkley?
Rookie of the Year.
Like, he does everything. What do you want him to do?
Right.
He can catch 10 passes out the backfield, and he can run for 150 yards.
Yeah.
Like, not even close.
Defensive Player of the Year. Non-rookie. So just, overarching.
I don't know. I mean, Those are always the tough ones because there's so many aspects of defense that you get. Like
there's 32 teams,
Yes.
and 11 people play
That's what I'm
defense
saying.
on each team.
And so and everything has to work together for you to be good. Like
Right.
if you don't have a pass rush, you're probably not going to intercept the ball.
Right.
If you don't have people that's covering like receivers very well, it doesn't matter what you do with the pass rush.
Right.
Right now, honestly, Aaron Donald, Bosa, I can see Bosa getting in there. I think this year though, like I really want to see a cornerback get it. And I think Jalen Ramsey is that guy.
Ooh.
And we've seen this in the past where Jalen Ramsey talks a lot. So when you talk a lot, and let's say you're really good, they're gonna be like, "Oh, dang, Jalen Ramsey, he's so good. He might have got a pick in like every other fourth game,
Right.
but like, it is what it is."
Right.
So I think those three.
So the top 3.
Yes.
Third,
Let me see that.
Miles Garrett.
I can see Myles Garrett.
Second, Daniel Hunter. Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
Defensive end.
Mhm.
And first, Aaron Donald.
Yeah, I think Aaron Donald has one of the best defenses in the league.
Right.
I mean, like if he don't get a sack, you gotta keep Talib just waiting back there like, "Hey, what's up?" You know what I mean? Like, but I think Aaron Donald's been a beast for the past like 3 years.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
he needs one.
Right. Moving on. Offensive Player of the Year.
I mean, honestly, it's probably gonna be a quarterback.
Quarterbacks are usually MVPs, though.
Yeah, they're usually MVPs. Me personally, Offensive Player of the Year, I think Todd Gurley's going to win it. He's scored a touchdown in every single game he's been in this year.
It's true.
So it's like, and some of those games he's scored multiple touchdowns. I think, honestly, I don't know how you can go Todd Gurley.
When's a lineman going to win one of these awards?
Hell no. Hell no. What, for having 200
For
pancakes?
getting the dude out of the way.
200 pancakes? I don't think that's ever going to happen. It's only a skill position is ever going to win it.
Oh, man.
Unless, like, this dude, like, records a TD,
Right.
like, receiving touchdown, running touchdown, all of it.
So the top 3, third, Julio Jones.
Okay.
Second, Adam
Oh, Thielen.
Thielen.
Thielen, actually, that man is good. Him and Stephon Diggs. They should be a duo for this award.
Number 1, Todd Gurley.
Yeah, Todd Gurley. It's hard not when you have touchdowns. You just get touchdowns every game. It's hard not to go. It's hard to go against you.
MVP.
But Thielen is close. MVP.
MVP.
You know who I think is MVP?
Who?
Not Aaron Rodgers. Not Tom Brady.
Pat Mahomes.
It honestly might be Pat Mahomes. It legit might be Pat Mahomes. Him.
He's been that good.
I would honestly say him or Drew Brees. Taking down the Rams. That's big time.
It is big time.
I think those two have stood out to me. I think only because, and I guess this is a knock on just being that great. Tom Brady is like, Tom, you're doing. We expect.
It's
this
like
from you.
LeBron.
It's like we expect
It's like
this from you.
LeBron should be the MVP every single year.
Yeah, like he
but-
could easily be the MVP
Right.
every year. It's just like we don't
Right.
want to give it to you.
Right.
Same thing with like Aaron Rodgers, Kevin Durant. It's just
Right.
like we
Yeah,
could give it to
yeah.
either one of these two if we want it, but
It's very not interesting.
let's go. Let's go give it to Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean. At least
So, top 3. Third, Matt Ryan.
this is what I don't get. Like, this is when team success matters. You're gonna be the MVP. Your team should be good. Like, not saying that Matt Ryan's team is not good, but are they the Patriots? Are they the Saints? Are they the Packers suck? I mean, they just
stink.
They just come back. Is that
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers?
Right.
But like, are they the Chiefs? Like, who's second?
Second, Pat Mahomes.
Okay,
First, Drew Brees.
that's what I like to hear.
There you
I
go.
honestly think Drew Brees he should be an MVP.
Yeah.
He's doing it at this age.
Yeah.
Granted, not taking away anything from Tom. He's like 40 something,
Doesn't matter.
but it's whatever.
Whatever. All right, moving on.
Next topic.
Kinda. Staying with football, staying in the NFL, the Browns. Got to hit on the Browns.
Yes.
Always got to hit on the Browns. Lost to Kansas City by a considerable margin, but, it
15.
seemed like there was some new life in there. With the firing of
coach,
Hugh Jackson, everybody was interested to see how they would respond, and in particular Baker Mayfield. But during the week, Baker was very confident, very much, owning the role as the quarterback of the Browns, and everything that comes with that. Just like, next man up and that whole mentality. But, there were some bright spots in the loss. It was a tough game, though, because, the Browns' defense is very good, but they're missing all their starters at the moment.
Literally.
And they went up against Pat Mahomes and arguably the best offense in football. So it was tough.
It's hard to do it. I commended them for even putting up 18 points.
Right.
Granted, they went for 2 every possession.
They did go for 2.
So, honestly.
Which I loved.
Honestly, you're looking at what? 3 extra points you probably could have had?
Right.
I mean, you lose by 12. Whatever.
They figured, this offense is going to score every single drive.
We got to be as close as possible when we score. So I understand it. Yeah, but the Browns are just. I will say this: they did look like they had a little new life.
They did. There was reports saying that the practices leading up were the best practices all season that they had. But take that with a grain
that's
of
what
salt.
happens when you have a defensive guy trying to coach.
Very
the whole
intense.
Team. It's very intense.
Yeah.
High motor. I don't know. I just
The question is: are you more confident in the Browns' future after seeing their performance in this game?
Not even close. Nothing has changed.
Because, everybody going into the season was feeling great because of Hard Knocks.
Yes.
And then, every week was either overtime or a tie or some wild thing.
Yeah.
Then Baker Mayfield finally gets in, and that's awesome. Everybody's feeling good. Get the first win in,
Get 2 wins.
2 years or something like that. And then, things started to regress. It's like, okay, honeymoon is over.
Exactly.
Baker started playing worse.
This is real.
Played a horrible game against the Steelers.
Uh-huh.
Hugh Jackson's gone, and then it's like, wow, it just feels like we're the old Browns. So after all of that and seeing how they responded against Kansas City, are you any more confident in their future?
I mean, honestly, I guess I'm more confident in their resilience.
Yeah.
They're able to, okay, we're playing Kansas City. Okay, we're still going to play hard.
Yeah.
Am I confident in, the organization? Absolutely not. Not even.
Really?
It's still the Browns.
I don't feel that way.
And, I guess when you're, I'm not, a legit Browns fan. I'll support the Browns. Okay,
Sure.
They go 0-16. I really don't care.
Sure.
I don't care.
Sure.
They won a Super Bowl. Oh, my God. Great job.
Yeah.
But, it's just, when you look at the Browns, it's this is typical of the Browns. It's just in a better situation.
Yeah.
Because you have 2 in that column of dubs. And it's
and a tie.
Okay. We'll take it. You know what I mean? So it's I see, okay, you guys are making progression, I guess. You won 2 games. But it's this is the same old Browns. Just a better situation, I guess.
All right. I have a lot of trust and faith in John Dorsey. I like everything that he's doing. I like all of the attempts that he's making at the culture of the Browns, trying to lose the, getting rid of, when you say Cleveland Browns, what everyone immediately associates with that, the stigma that comes along with that. So I think I trust. I mean, look what he did to Kansas City. He drafted that whole offense.
He did.
He drafted Pat Mahomes. He drafted Kelsey. He drafted all of them. So I really think it's different. And I feel like everyone says that every year, but I feel like it's different.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. When you bring in, I think it's the action. When you bring in guys like Jarvis Landry, who played for the Dolphins, was catching everything. He had a choice of anywhere he wanted to go. He came to Cleveland somehow.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think from that perspective, it's okay, these aren't the same old Browns. They're in a better position, but it's they're still the Browns.
They are at the moment.
Is this going to get any better? Or is this just okay, we won 2 games, great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, so really weird. Okay, this has just been weird. It's been a weird week. Weird couple weeks. I don't know what's going on. All right, so Hugh Jackson gets fired.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden, he turns around and starts showing up, making all these public appearances, going on First Take, talking about his firing. Okay. How, that's not normal.
Not normal.
Not at all.
Usually coaches, once they get fired, they go away.
You go into hiding.
Yes. You're like, yo, I don't have a job anymore. I'm going to go vacation.
Right. But Hugh Jackson, being Hugh Jackson, he starts making all these public appearances. He was on First Take, and then I saw like today he was on like Adam Schefter's podcast talking about everything. Like he talked about what it's like to be fired as a head coach. Like I'm trying to like is it weird? Like how do you feel about it?
It's
like,
I think it's really weird. When I saw him on First Take, I was like, what? What are you doing here?
I mean, it's interesting.
I think at first, like, it was interesting, like, oh, like, okay, like, that's cool, like, and, I mean, I think Hard Knocks has something to do with that, too, like, you're already in public eye, they already know so much about you, it's like, oh, people...
If John Dorsey and Jimmy Haslam didn't come out in the press conference following the firing, if they didn't say that the reason for the firing, pretty much, they didn't say this, but they alluded to internal discord being the reason for the moves that they made, getting rid of Todd Haley and Hugh Jackson. And when Hugh Jackson was on First Take, he said that he did not like the term internal discord. He felt that it was strong, and which I also agree with this. He said this firing was about Baker Mayfield.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
His development.
That is the thing. I would not doubt that, though. That's one
I don't
thing.
either.
That's one thing I'd be like, okay. Like, I don't doubt that.
It's just odd. Like
I will agree. It is odd to see a firing coach for an organization that has been in the public eye relatively, since like June?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
And they know so much about you. It's like,
right.
Like, I'm used to this, so let's do it. Like, I don't care. Like,
yeah,
especially when you get fired from the Browns.
Right.
It's like, okay, this is a story. We can do this.
Right. So, came out today, ex-Cardinals head coach Bruce Arians was reportedly interested in the Browns head coaching job, and he said, quote, Cleveland is the only job I would consider.
Which is just so... Yes, clap for that if you're Cleveland. I just don't understand, like...
Times are changing!
Why Cleveland? Like,
times are changing, Kyle.
Like, I'm only coming... When have you ever heard a coach say, like, you know what, only way I'm coming out of retirement if it's that Browns position is open?
Because Baker Mayfield is in town, Kyle. Baker Mayfield is in town.
That
John Dorsey is in town.
I think that is the biggest thing.
John Dorsey's in town.
So John Dorsey and, if you don't know, Bruce Arians, they work together. You know, he was coach staff.
Yep.
And so he has a rapport with John Dorsey. He feels like he believes in John Dorsey. So, I mean, it makes sense. It's not like this is just random. Like, this shouldn't happen. But it's like, Bruce, come on, dude. You for real?
I love it. How could you not love it?
The only job, and he's 66 years old, people. And the only job you will come out of retirement, not a job that you can just be offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and call it a day. Just, whatever. I just worry about one thing. You're going to be the head coach of the Browns. Right. And that is the only job you're coming out of. Not like, if the Jets come out or like the Lions. No, the Browns.
Stay off the weed.
I'm just saying. I think, I mean, would it be a good fit? I think Bruce Arians has the attitude of, like, I don't care what happened in the past. Same thing he brought to the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, they went to the Super Bowl that one year, and it was like, Cardinals are falling off. Bruce Arians comes? No, we're back on it. As Carson Palmer as your quarterback, who's awful. So, I mean, if I was a Browns fan, I'd be excited. Bruce Arians, you know, he brings that attitude. We talked about Baker Mayfield. He has the attitude of, like, I don't care what happened in the past. I'm here right now, and we're about to do this.
Right.
He has that same mentality. Bruce Arians has that same mentality. I mean, in one interview I saw, he was like, yo, if we're not winning, what matters? Like,
right.
I want to win.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's 3-0, 6-0, we're winning. So I like that mindset. And I think it'd be good for the Browns if Arians came out. And I mean, obviously, John Dorsey's not going to be like, oh yeah, you know, forget him. No, he's added now to the mix.
He's in the hat.
And if Oklahoma's coach is so, you know, I'm not really thinking about it.
He's thinking about it a lot.
You're thinking about it, buddy.
He's like,
and Bruce Arians coming to get that job. So if you want to make NFL money, you better make your decision now.
like at night, he's smiling like a crazy person, like laying in bed with his eyes wide open, just like giddy, like, oh boy, I can't wait for Santa Claus to come. I can't wait. I'm so like that's what he's like every night. Like he's so excited.
That's telling you that NFL money right there.
It's gonna be great. Anyway,
Next topic.
over to college football. It wasn't that exciting of a weekend, not like the last couple weeks, but there were some significant scores. First off, got to give a little shout out, some local love. Pitt beat number 25 Virginia 23-13. Darren Hall,
Let's go.
Fitch graduate, 19 carries, 229 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
And he was Walter Camp Player of the Week, boy.
Get
at me.
D Hall.
He was eating for real.
He was.
I watched when he got to the first touchdown. I was like, yo, this dude might go crazy tonight.
Yeah.
And he did. He's stupid. Going to the league,
Yeah.
Hey, yo, can you just send me an autographed jersey or something? That's all I need.
Bruh.
That's all I need.
Yeah. Up next, we got number 25, number 5.
They're 25 Michigan.
Anyway.
Ohio State be screwed.
Number 5, yeah. Number 5, Michigan beat number 14, Penn State, 42-7.
Not even close.
Not even close.
Like it was just amazing to see Trace McSorley struggle after he ran wild and did whatever he wanted on Ohio State, and they couldn't manufacture anything.
Yeah.
And Michigan was just moving the ball.
It's too easy.
It was crazy, and it was I thought
Ohio State barely beat Penn State.
Don't even want to talk about it.
Barely.
Let's just talk about Michigan.
Let's talk about Michigan. Go ahead.
The fact that I watched that game and I'm like, Penn State's gonna give him a game, and this is the game. If you're a Ohio State fan, you're like, yo, Michigan cannot lose this game.
Yeah.
This is a game of all games that cannot lose this game.
Right.
And they beat the crap out of Penn State. Penn State, I think they'll be in some mediocre bowl, and they'll just, I don't know. Penn
It won't
State,
matter. It's just another
they start off so
season.
hot, and then
Yeah.
they lose to Ohio State, and then everything goes downhill.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But Michigan,
Doing things.
Screw you, but keep winning.
Keep winning.
Until you play Ohio
Keep
State.
winning until rivalry week.
Yeah.
Purdue, still unranked after beating the number 2 ranked Ohio State. They just beat number 16 Iowa 38-36. What is happening in Purdue?
They must have got some good water or something. I don't know. I'm just serious. I don't know.
Who was on crack?
They have the thing is about Purdue. They have the playmakers.
They do.
We clearly saw that at Ohio State.
Yeah.
They have playmakers in that backfield, the receiving core, and the quarterback. He can just fling it. He can just he gets it to the right guy, and they make plays. Because a lot of the plays in Ohio State versus Purdue were okay, crossing route, boom, 50 yards, touchdown. None of them were okay, we're gonna fling this ball deep and we're gonna go. A lot of these plays were okay, we'll throw a short and okay, missed tackle. Oh, he breaks the tackle, he's gone.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's happening in Purdue, but
Will they be ranked?
they definitely will be ranked by the end of the season.
I would hope.
You can't
crying
be
out
Ohio
loud.
State and Iowa and not be ranked.
Yeah. Like what?
I don't get it.
Anyway, and Virginia just lost. What? Okay. Anyway.
Freak Virginia.
Number 1, Alabama beat number 3, LSU, 29-zip.
You know what's crazy though? That line was -15, Alabama, right?
Yeah, that's wild.
And I thought that was crazy. I was like, "There's no freaking way
That's
they're going to beat
insane.
them by 15 points.
That's absolutely
There's no
insane.
freaking way." And what did they do? 29-0. Boom.
So
Just like
should we bother with the rest of the season? Are we wasting our time talking about college football?
Alabama's that good.
Like,
It's scary. I thought this game was going to be the game they show some weaknesses. Okay, we can exploit. No. Tua is amazing. He can't be stopped. Alabama is just unstoppable. I'm tired of seeing it, but it's amazing. It's amazing how they can literally year after year be so good and not miss a beat. It don't matter.
I don't get it.
They blow out teams that we thought oh, this is gonna be a close game. Yeah, you thought. Get the hell out of here.
I don't get it.
It don't make sense. I don't know.
It's insane.
Not even close.
Anyway, and then Ohio State got a really ugly win over Nebraska, 36-31.
It was hideous.
It was really bad.
It was scary.
I think it was because it was like a bad omen. I don't know. It was weird.
Hell no. Ohio State's just not that good.
Who plays a blackout game at noon?
That is true.
Come on.
But still, it's just like it's Nebraska. This is the same team
At Ohio State.
That's what makes it worse.
In the shoe.
This is a team.
And it was coming off a bye.
They started out 0-6. Not 0-3, not 0-2. They lost first 0-6.
Like they lost the first half of the season and more.
They just came off a 2-game winning streak. Oh, who cares? They didn't beat anybody impressive.
Right.
They come to Ohio State. This is the game. This is where you erase that Purdue game. You beat the living shit out of this team.
Right.
You literally pummeled them. If this 50, we're going for 80. And then you have to come from behind. The fact that you have to come from behind is disappointing.
It's insane.
I don't get it.
Will Ohio State drop? They were number 10 going in.
Only reason I will
and
say
LSU lost.
The only reason I will say they won't drop is because they did win. And you're hoping. I think people that are ranking them are hoping, okay, they're going to play Michigan State, who's been inconsistent this year. They're going to beat Michigan State by 15 plus. That's what you're hoping. Because right now, they're at 10. I can legitimately...
They were at 10 going into
yes.
Nebraska.
I can legitimately say I think there's 8 to 9 teams that are better than Ohio State right now.
Wow.
And that's crazy.
Wow.
Because just last week, I said there's like 4 or 5 solid. I legitimately think there's probably 8 teams that are better than them. And LSU's one of them.
Wow.
And they have 2 losses.
That is significant.
Just saying.
All right. So going into the rankings, the official CFP rankings don't come out until Tuesdays. So right now we're going off of the AP and the coaches polls. In the AP rankings currently, which the top 4 is probably going to be the top 4. I mean, we have number 1 Alabama, number 2 number 1 Bama, number 2 Clemson, number 3 Notre Dame, and number 4 Michigan.
I don't have a problem.
Are you fine with this top 4?
That would be my top 4. Because Alabama has clearly shown they're above the rest. No one can mess with them. Clemson struggled one game, but that's because Lawrence is out. Lawrence has been playing like a 5-star recruit like he is. And Clemson's defense is not even... I don't even understand how they're in the ACC. They literally... They could not play offense and still beat teams. That's how bad the ACC is, and that's how good their defense is. Notre Dame... I mean, the knock with Notre Dame every year. They're not in the conference. They have no conference championship.
Right.
But something that this Notre Dame team has done that most teams in the past have not done, win the games that they should win. And winning the games that they have to win. Stanford beat the crap out of them. Not even close. So, I mean, they're winning the games they need to win. And they're doing their thing. I mean, they beat Michigan too.
They did.
So, I mean, you're winning the games that you should win. Michigan's 4 now. You are literally Notre Dame has their playoff dreams in their hands.
It's happening.
It's all you. All you have to do is win out, and you are fine. You will literally be in the playoff.
And you're past the point of needing to blow teams out.
Yes,
like you're already in the
win.
top 4.
Just win. That's all you have to do.
Just win the game.
Just win the game. You don't even have to. We don't have to. Oh, yo,
nothing fancy. Just
win.
Just get the dub.
You can win by 3 points. I don't care. Just win.
Right.
That's all you got to do. Notre Dame's playoff hopes are in their own hand.
Yeah.
And then Michigan, obviously, we already know what has to happen. You got to beat Ohio State.
That's it. That's literally it.
You beat Ohio State and you're good. They're not going to do it, though.
So after losing to Alabama, the AP poll has LSU dropping to number 9 after being ranked the 3rd best team in the country. Are there 8 teams better than LSU? That is the question.
8 teams better. At this point, at this juncture, I don't. Like, is Washington State better? No. No. If they play LSU, LSU probably beat the Cougar out of them. I don't even know. I would say, let's see. I would say Alabama's better, Clemson's better, Notre Dame. Alabama, Clemson, Georgia. Even though they beat Georgia. Honestly, now that I'm looking at it again,
where should LSU be right now?
You can make the case they probably should have dropped to 6. You can honestly make that case. Because if you're looking at...
Why wasn't that case made?
I don't know. Oh, and we talked about this. I think they're being punished because that's their second loss. If it was their first loss,
it is 2
it'd be
losses.
different.
It is 2.
They lost to Florida, who's, I think, ranked like 20th or 19th or something.
Good.
And then, you lose to Alabama. Now, if this is their first loss, I say they drop from 3 to maybe 6, just because they beat Georgia 36-16.
Florida, ranked number 11 going into Saturday, lost 38-17 to unranked Missouri. So that went into it.
So, you have your second loss. The team that you lost to just lost to Mizzou, who sucks. And then it's like, I know you beat Georgia, but they only have 1 loss. So it's like, we got to drop you.
Right.
But if I'm LSU, I'm not that mad about being number 9. Not that mad. Because, like we said, Ohio State still has to play Michigan. You never know. Notre Dame might blow it somewhere.
They could.
Because, we've seen this before. So, as a 9 seed, it's like, we're not out of it. You still have time. So, it's going to be interesting to see. Do I think there's, 8 better teams? No. But the record, 2 losses, hard to say.
Yeah. And finally, Ohio State on the AP poll is listed at number 8. They jumped 2 spots. Ohio State's remaining schedule is at Michigan State, at Maryland, and then at home versus Michigan. So obviously they have to win against Michigan State, Maryland. But is beating Michigan enough for Ohio State to get into the playoffs still?
Well, the thing is, and this
obviously a lot has to happen.
And this is where, the teams you've beaten and gotten beaten by really matter. You beat Michigan, right? You beat Michigan. Notre Dame has beaten Michigan. So if you beat Michigan, now it's like, oh, they beat Michigan too. They probably could beat Notre Dame. I think they have enough. We've seen this past 3 years. Ohio State drops to 8-9 because they lose a game. And they still find themselves in the conversation. People are still vying for them. Don't know how. Still vying for them to make that playoff spot. The only thing is, though, if Alabama and Clemson don't lose, and let's say Notre Dame don't lose, at that point it's like, do you put in Michigan? Do you put in Georgia? Do you put in Oklahoma? Heck, do you put in the self-proclaimed national champs in there? UCF? There's so many things you could say, because if they don't win that game, obviously Michigan's going to be in the playoff.
Right.
But if they win that game, there's a lot of things you have to really now take a step back and look like, okay. Because it's not necessarily, I think people confuse okay, who has the best record there in the playoff? No. Because most of the time, there's going to be 6 teams that have the same record. Who poses the best challenge for these teams that are in the playoff? Right now, it's Bama, Clemson, and Notre Dame. Who poses the best challenge for those 3 teams? Is it Michigan? Is it Oklahoma? Is it Georgia? Is it Ohio State? Is it UCF? Should we give a team like UCF a chance?
Give them
They've been undefeated the last 2.
Put the money where their mouth is.
And if you win,
is it time?
Because if UCF wins, they're gonna be like, wow.
told y'all.
The committee made the right choice. If they get blown out, people are going to be like, you idiot. Why would you put UCF in the game? So it's there's so many moving parts, like you said. That's why I hate college football rankings. I hate it. I hate it so much. Because
But, You got to love it, though, because this is what I love, okay? Ohio State for Michigan, okay? Already, on the surface, that game already means so much, okay? If Ohio State and Michigan were both unranked, that game would still mean a lot.
Exactly.
Okay? But going into that game and having it matter as much as having as much gravity into that game, like both teams have to win.
Well, I think honestly that's one of the biggest reasons they started this playoff.
Right.
Because now it's like, okay, these rivalries, because at some point these rivalries is going to be lopsided. There's going to be a moment where Ohio State's just better than Michigan, Ohio State's going to win.
Which is what it's been.
Exactly.
Right.
There's been a time where Michigan was just better than Ohio State and Michigan won. Now that you had this playoff, now that these two teams are ranked, they're in the conversation. It's like, wow. If they expand this to 6 teams, we won't have this much excitement. That's why they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to do it.
Tough pill to swallow here, but I have an opinion.
Okay.
Ohio State fans need to root for Michigan, and Michigan fans need to root for Ohio State all the time until they play each other.
I agree.
Why would you want your arch rival to suck? What's the fun in that?
And it's not.
Why
even,
would you not?
It's like it's not even like the whole playoff thing. It's like just simple. Like I want this other team to be good, so it's entertaining.
Like you want that game to be as big and as awesome as it could possibly be.
Yeah.
Like you need.
For instance, like the year they were 1-2, I think it was like Mike Hart, Troy Smith was on that team. Like that was an exciting game. They're 1-2.
Right.
Like this is deciding who's going to play in national championship.
Right.
Like what are you? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting. I can't wait for that game.
Michigan fans need to root for Ohio State, and Ohio State needs to root for
I know.
Michigan.
As soon as the game starts, you don't even have to say.
As soon as
you
the
don't
game
even have to say
starts.
our names. Just those guys.
Right.
It's whatever. I don't know.
That's a tough pill to swallow, but it's a fact.
Next topic.
Moving on to basketball. We got the NBA early action going on, but it's been weird.
It has been weird.
It's been a weird season.
Like, the Spurs are good. They're like 6th in power rankings.
Yeah. It's been weird.
It's been real weird.
But first team, obviously. Got to talk about the Lakers because they matter.
LeBron James.
They've struggled. They got some Luke Walton drama going on. He's apparently on the hot seat already.
Yeah.
They're 4-6. They've dropped to 12th in the latest power rankings, and they rank in the bottom 10 in defense.
So bad.
So it is only 10 games in, but are you still confident in the Lakers?
I mean, obviously it's only 10 games in. This is an 82-game season. And then on top of that, I think people get caught up in like, oh, it's LeBron, they should be instantly good. Like, you look, okay, he went to Miami. You know what his record is in like the first 17 games? Like 9-8.
Yeah.
He came back to Cleveland. You know what his record was? Like 11-9. So like this slow start, we're right on pace right now. We're good. 4-6, okay, that's
You're
fine.
on pace.
We're on pace, right?
But is this team in Miami? You had Chris Bosh and Dwayne Wade.
No, it's not.
In Cleveland, you
But
had Kevin Love and Kyrie Irving.
I will say this though.
It's not Lonzo Ball.
No, listen. But this is where the confidence still is
JaVale
there.
McGee.
Shut up. What are you talking?
Lance
Tristan Thompson.
No, Lance Stevenson.
J.R. Smith. What do you want?
You stop after Kevin Love.
So listen. The reason I'm still confident is because everything that everyone has said leading up to this season was what these have been the main topics. Oh, they don't have 3-point shooting. They can't shoot the ball. That's been the only topic. They can't shoot the ball.
Sure.
You got to live in the NBA if you can't live in the NBA if you can't shoot the ball.
Sure.
We're 3rd in offensive points per game. I don't care about shooting the ball. We're fine. We're good. Defensively, we suck. And it's not even – and this is the crazy thing. Because I oozed about all the defensive players that we have. Like, we have Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball gets after, Lance Stevenson. We have all these defensive players, right? The thing is, the things we got degrees in, no one does. No one communicates. No one communicates. It's ridiculous.
That ain't no problem.
And that's why I'm like, I'm not really worried because right now literally, the games that they have won have literally been like, okay, you score, I'm going to score. We're going to score. You score, we're going to score. Whoever scores the ball, like whoever has the ball more, we're going to score. If we get more possession, we're going to have the ball more. The only problem is they can't get a defensive rebound. They can't get one. They can't buy one. Like, I don't get it. So defensively is where we struggle. No one talked about defense. Everyone talks about, offensively. You have LeBron James on your team.
Yeah.
You have Rondo. You have Lance Stevenson. Right. All these playmakers. They'll find a way to get points. Defensively, this whole small ball thing, not really working for me right now. We can't get a rebound. Kuzma's trying. Like, I've watched every single game. Kuzma is out there literally trying. Like, he's trying to box out these big boys. It ain't happening. So, and thank God we're thinking about signing Tyson Chandler. Like, we're going to sign Tyson Chandler after he clears waivers.
That will matter.
That will boost us a little bit because we don't have to play Zubac. This man, Zubac picked up 5 fouls against San Antonio Spurs in 5 minutes. Like, what are you doing? We didn't send you out there to foul. We sent you out to play defense. So, I mean, confidence, I'm not really shaken up about it. I just need our defense to get better. I think offensively, we can hang with any team in the league. Just saying.
Well,
and 12th in the power rankings?
Yeah. I mean, at 11, you have Utah.
Yeah.
10, you got the Grizzlies. Bring it back. Or wait, did I say 12?
Yeah, you said 12.
12? They're not 12.
You
Lakers
liar.
are 15th.
You freaking liar.
Right. I don't know why I put 12. That was a typo.
Well,
Lakers are 15th.
Well, that's middle of the road right there. I mean, you know what I mean? That's
worse.
It's middle of the road, though.
You can't defend it.
I'm just saying.
Anyway, so at this point, moving out east, who would come out of the East? Because it's not, so far, I don't think it's at least shaped up to what most people were assuming.
Because Milwaukee was literally the last undefeated team.
So, number 2 in the power rankings, you got 9-1 Toronto, who just whomped.
Literally.
That was cool that we said the same thing at the same time.
They freaking... It was 42-17
mollywopped
after the first
Lakers
quarter without Kawhi Leonard. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
It's
How about somebody ask Luke Walton what that did to them psychologically?
Anyway,
what do you mean?
So the Raptors 9-1.
Yes.
Number 2 in the power rankings. Number 3, 8-1 Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, Giannis is balling.
Giannis could be MVP.
He can't be stopped.
Giannis is so good.
He can't be stopped. And the man is literally he shoots threes now this year, but he's literally doing whatever he wants. And he's just.
I mean, this week. I mean, who did they lose to? Denver.
No, they lost to
Portland.
the Celtics.
Their one loss.
Yeah, that's their one loss.
Oh,
he shot.
Right.
Celtics
you're
shot
right.
24 threes.
Yeah, you're right. This past week, they're 8-1. This past week, they were at Portland. Oh no, that's this week. Never mind. They have a road trip coming up.
This guy.
I'm stupid.
Oh my goodness.
Where's the song?
You're dumb.
Right. Anyway, so you got the Bucks, and then you got number 4 Boston.
Yeah.
Okay. So of those 3, because it's looking like it's going to be those 3. I don't know who else could possibly
the Sixers
come out of the East. No, they're screw them.
Yeah,
they're stupid.
Joel Embiid to have he balls that.
Stop. They're
I'm
weird.
Just saying.
Anyway.
Ben Simmons can't shoot the ball. That's their biggest downfall. Ben Simmons and Markelle Fultz, their 2 guards.
76ers are out of the conversation.
All right. So these 3 teams. So this is how I look at teams coming out of the East. First, who has the most dominant player? Giannis is the most dominant player on all 3 of those teams.
Kawhi Leonard.
Most dominant though.
Kawhi Leonard?
I'm not. He's taking games off. I'm saying literally when he's on the floor, there's literally nothing you can do. Kawhi Leonard, okay, don't let him get to his spots. Let him be more of a playmaker. Okay. When he's just okay, I'm here at the elbow. I'm do what I want to do. Okay, jump shot. That's great. But I'm saying literally yo, this man can literally score 25 points straight, 24 points straight, and just dunk the ball every single time.
Yeah.
That's Giannis. Second, I look at depth. Who has the most depth out of these 3 teams? Boston.
I would say Boston.
They have the most depth. Literally. You can go literally 10 deep and they'll be fine. Don't matter. Terry Rozier can be a starting point guard if you want.
Yeah.
Okay? And then you look at, honestly, you look at continuity. Boston again. You have literally every player from last year on your team. Toronto.
And you added Gordon Hayward back.
And you added Gordon Hayward back. Toronto, on the other hand, they have Kawhi Leonard. They have very good pieces. Defensively, I think Toronto is the best team out of those three. So it comes down to who's been there before. And guess what? Boston. They've been there before. Kyrie has been here before. Different team, but he's been here before. What happens when the playoffs come and they get to that crunch time moment? Who's getting the ball? Kyrie Irving. Not saying Giannis can't rise up to the occasion. He can do it. Not saying Kawhi Leonard can't do it. But Kyrie's done it.
He did it in
over
right
and over and over and over. So I'm sticking with it.
Sticking with Boston
is coming out of the East.
I like the analysis.
Even though I think the dark horse is Milwaukee, I think
they're a dark horse.
I think Giannis is that unstoppable that he could literally carry his team to the finals. Not LeBron-esque.
Interesting.
But as dominant.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Next topic.
Next topic. We talked about the best teams. Now we got to...
Why do you have to do this right now?
The Cleveland Cavaliers. Oh,
what do you
my
even...
goodness.
What
is happening? What is going on?
There was a thought, what we actually thought
We
the
had
Cavs
them.
were be
They
like.
started out in the power rankings at 28 or something like that, and we're like, man,
That's
they're getting
bullcrap.
snubbed. They're going to sneak into the 8th seed. What is going on? Let's recap, okay? This is what it's like being a Cavs fan, okay? In 1 week, this is how it is being a Cavs fan.
I couldn't do it.
1 week, okay? In 1 week, we fired our head coach, Tyronn Lue.
Mm-hmm.
We fought against our assistant coach because we wanted him to be the interim guy, but instead he fought against us because he wanted to be a full-time guy and get a better contract. So we fought against him. JR publicly requested a trade.
He forgot LeBron was
Then we come around and we get the 2022 All-Star game.
which is weird.
Then we come back and find out our number one option, Kevin Love, who we just signed a humongous 4-year deal, is out for 6 weeks. And then we're sued by a former coach for age discrimination.
Which is, I don't get that.
And then it comes out that the veterans on the Cavs don't like
Sexton
Colin
at all.
Sexton.
They told him to J.R. Smith. They told him to bench him. Hey, we don't want Sexton in the game at all.
J.R. Smith comes out and tweets Rookie of the Year Trae Young. Regardless, obviously, Colin Sexton's not going to win Rookie of the Year.
No.
Trae Young's definitely been better, and it made sense, the comment, but why are you doing that?
Well,
The dude's on your team.
he's
Sexton's
on
your
team. He's your he was your top draft pick.
What is happening?
They're falling apart. I think they're just starting to realize LeBron's not coming back, and they're like, "Hey, yo, I don't think this is a joke. I don't think he's really coming back."
It's just I've never seen I thought when LeBron left the first time there was some dysfunction. I thought
This is way
that
worse.
was it. We
all thought they were in a better situation. They have a better team. Okay,
Kevin Love.
Kevin Love is your number one option.
Colin Sexton looked good.
And you still have vets. You have J.R. Smith from the championship team. You have Tristan Thompson.
Tyronn Lue was our coach still.
Tyronn Lue was still your coach. George Hill's been there. He's a good vet. And then you're just falling apart.
What is going on?
Honestly, I think they gave him the 2022 All-Star game just to...
You know what, guys?
Okay.
You've had a rough week.
You've had a rough couple years, okay? LeBron came here, he led you on, and then he left again. I understand. I get it. Kevin Love's out. We'll just give it to Cleveland. Because that came out of nowhere. It wasn't even they're...
It was on, Thursday.
Yes,
Tuesday.
It wasn't... You know how usually they're these are the cities we're thinking about putting the All-Star... No, it was okay, we're going to give it to Cleveland. Just give it to Cleveland, dude.
Oh, man.
It's just amazing. J.R. Smith requesting a trade, that's just him just not wanting to play for the Cavs. It has nothing to do with his minutes, his playing time, the balls. No. He literally does not want to be associated with the Cavs because LeBron's not there. It's ridiculous.
If there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different wild topics. Like if these came out in like one at a time, like over the course of a couple months, these would each be pretty big talking points in like a podcast.
This is just Cleveland
you know what I mean?
sports.
This happened in 1 week. It's just mind-boggling.
The only one I will say that I think is bullshit is sued by your former coach.
Yeah.
He wasn't even a head coach. He's an assistant.
Right.
You're old, bro. Like he's like, I think he's like 66.
He's like 65.
He's like 65. Dude, what do you mean?
Retire.
Leave. We don't want you anymore.
Oh, man.
Like, it'd be different if, like, Ty Lue's like, okay, you know what?
Well, they showed, like, the voice, but they found a voicemail on the guy's phone, and it was Ty Lue saying, like, yeah, like, they're probably not going to renew your contract. You know, they just want some younger guys in there, you know, blah, 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 blah.
That is normal.
So, like our NBA GMs age discriminating when they get rid of vets for younger players?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's that kind of thing. I mean,
the
coaching,
thing.
I understand coaching and playing is totally different.
Yeah, but still.
But I don't know. That's
when I saw
that's
that,
beyond me. I'm not.
That's just him just trying to just like, come on, dude.
Right.
Like, honestly, if I was a person I worked for the Cavs and they fired me, right, and I heard all this stuff coming, I was like, all right, dude, okay.
Right.
No discrimination.
Like,
I see you're going through.
I get it.
Don't worry about it.
It's fine.
Literally, that's all it is. It's fine. It's ridiculous.
That's whack.
But yeah, I mean,
crazy.
Wow, the Cavs are just.
It's just amazing.
Cleveland's
It's amazing,
man. I'm telling you.
But
Drama.
today, got some news. Larry Drew and the Cavs agreed on a deal for the rest of the season, plus a partial guarantee for next season. How do you feel?
Awful, man.
Really?
It's awful, man.
Why?
This is the same dude that didn't want to coach for you. What are you talking?
It's not that he didn't want to coach. He just wanted a long-term deal.
He ain't getting it. You know why? He ain't winning no games. It don't matter. Because, okay, they get...
So details real quick.
Yeah.
Larry Drew will be the head coach for the rest of this season and has an agreement for 2019 and 2020 if the Cavs choose to keep him, or he will get a buyout payment should the team decide to move on to a new coach.
They're going to move on to a new coach. I don't know why they did this. Why? You're just giving away money for no reason. Just say, hey, Larry, sorry, buddy. You're going to be interim for the rest of the season. If you suck, we're going in another direction, in which he probably is. But if you're good, okay, we'll think about it. But the fact that you're saying, oh, yeah, we're going to give you the contract. Oh, and by the way, if we don't go another direction, that's some back ass. It's ass backwards. I don't get it. Why? Just say, yo, you can be the coach for the rest of the season, and we'll see after the end of the season.
Yeah.
Why are we doing all this? Oh, yeah, hey, we'll give you 2019, 2020. And by the way, if we don't go with you after that, we'll give you a buyout. We're going to give you a buyout for doing a bad job.
Yeah. That's the Cavs, man.
I don't get it. It's crazy.
Cavs. I love it.
I freaking hate
It's
it.
awesome. After 4 trips to the finals and championship, like, this is actually refreshing. It's kind of nice.
This is actual Cavs.
You know, it's
this
actually
is the
like
Cavs.
this is the Cavs team that I came to know and love. This is it. Anyway.
4QC Prediction Period.
It is time for the 4QC prediction period, brought to you by the Cleveland dumpster fire that is happening downtown at the Quick and Loans Arena right now, 24/7, 365. Cavaliers dumpster fire. First question of prediction period. What?
Oh, man, that's silly. Dumpster fire.
Yeah, that's what they are. So we talked about all the mid-season awards.
Mm-hmm.
Who are your mid-season Super Bowl picks?
Honestly? You really want to know?
I do.
I'm Chiefs Rams all the way. I think they'll do it.
Chiefs Rams.
I think the Rams, if they do slip up,
That's boring.
It's going to be against the Saints.
That's
I think,
boring.
I think the Saints are going to be.
Come on.
Okay, how about this? I'll give you Super Bowl pick, my initial Super Bowl pick, Chiefs Rams. If they don't make it, Patriots Saints. Those are 2 teams I can see if those teams don't make it.
First off, I want to say I'm changing a pick.
Okay.
I told you we went to dinner earlier.
Yeah, you did.
We wined and dined each other. before this.
we did not. Your parents did.
But I picked Saints and the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I'm changing my pick to Saints-Steelers. And I think the Saints are going to win the Super Bowl.
That's interesting.
I decided the Saints were going to win the Super Bowl during like the second quarter of
Yeah.
the Rams game. So, and I'm sticking with that the whole way. But yeah,
I mean, the Steelers are picking up some steam right now.
Steelers are picking up steam.
Yeah. Without Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Bell might be coming back, and James Conner's a beast anyway.
If James Conner, I would literally be so mad at James Conner if he didn't say like, "Yeah, fuck that guy." No. Like, no, we're not having it.
Yeah.
Sit your ass on the bench.
Moving on. Will the Browns win another game this season?
Honestly,
Got to peep the schedule for that one.
I have to peep the schedule.
Next
honestly.
week is, I want to say, the Bengals. I
It
think
is
it's the
Bengals.
Ohio Cup.
Honestly, yeah.
Is there another dub in there somewhere?
Honestly, there's really not. Maybe the Ravens, and that's the last game of the year. I don't think they beat the Panthers. They don't beat the Broncos. Now, this is the one thing that we can take in like consideration. The Bengals. Let's see. Where are the Bengals right now in standings? Bengals are 5-3. So let's say they make it. Let's say that week. You know, they say 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Honestly, if they got 10 wins and they're in the playoffs, they might rest their guys. Might be a dub. I don't know.
Might be a dub.
The last 2 games. They might.
It'll be like a discount dub. though.
Yeah, it'd be like,
Discount double check.
Discount double dub.
Will Hugh
Jackson.
Will Hugh Jackson coach in the NFL
No.
ever again?
No.
Not even as a coordinator.
No.
Wow.
But he's going to be a college coach. I don't know where. I can see it happening. He's going to be a
Alright.
college coach.
Big time team?
Probably start small.
Probably a MAC school.
Not even a Mac. Okay, come on, dude. Not
Kent?
Mac school.
Kent
I'm
State?
thinking like,
YSU?
no, what? What are you saying?
I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Kyle.
I'm thinking like a Pac-12 school, like some rinky-dink school, like
All right.
Arizona.
All right.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's interesting. So we know what they need to do, but will Ohio State win out?
Yes. I think they will win out. Even though Urban Meyer has come up a lot of fire after he comes back, of course we lose. But I think these last 2 games they'll open up the playbook. Well, open up back up the playbook.
Yeah.
And, start pulling out teams.
Yeah. Will Kevin Durant leave the Golden State Warriors after this season?
There's been so much talk about that, especially in New York.
I think he is. I think it'll be New York. Like that's where I'm not necessarily worried about where he's
Yeah.
going to go, but I think he's going to leave.
I think
he's bored.
I think you can tell in like his interviews. Actually, preseason interview, he was saying like, people know what we have in this building. People are scared. They don't want it. And I think he's getting annoyed, honestly, that he's not receiving the proper accolades that he should be receiving because he plays for the Warriors. Because honestly, I agree with him. Last year, he legitimately could have been in a Defense Player of the Year award conversation. But because he plays for Warriors, it's like,
Right.
only Draymond can get that. No one
Right.
else.
See, the thing is, and this is going back to the entire scope of him
Yes.
going to the Warriors. Like, has he proven himself?
I think has he proven himself? I think he was already proven as far as a player. Being a winner, okay.
Has he proven himself?
It's a little questionable, but it's also like it's not like okay, he got to the Warriors and he went from averaging 26 to like 20. No, like he's still getting his 28.
And I'm trying not to sound like a hater because I'm a Cavs fan.
Yeah.
But like, we're talking about a guy that just won back-to-back championships.
That's true.
And honestly, asking the question, has he proven himself as a winner, is a legit question in my mind.
It really is because he went to the Warriors who just won a championship, like
Right.
whatever. But it's like the only thing is, and this is where I kind of give the nod to KD because like it's not like he's just like coasting, like he's he's murdering these teams.
Right.
Like, he's like, okay. Oh, y'all want me to go cut their throat?
92 at halftime against the Bulls.
That's what I'm saying. And, obviously Clay had the night, but, like,
Right. Still.
the fact that KD, when it's crunch time, it is what it's not Steph Curry, like, oh, yeah, Steph, go. No. Give me the ball.
Right.
And get out the way.
I'm the best player on the court.
But,
Anyway,
yeah, I honestly do see him leaving.
He's leaving.
I think he's leaving.
I think he's bored. So then over to the Cavs. Is this Cavs team worse than the 2010 and 11 Cavs team, the year after LeBron left? That Cavs team went 19 and 63, and they also had the infamous 26-game losing streak. Is this team worse than that team?
Honestly?
I want to say yes.
And that team had Kyrie Irving.
No, not that team. Kyrie didn't come along till...
Was that the year after? I think it was the year
It
after.
was like the year after. Yeah, I think it
It
was
was
the
the
year
year
after.
after.
We definitely had the number one pick. And no. When was Kyrie? When
I
did
could have swore that was the year he was drafted.
we picked? Our number one picks were. No.
No, he was not that year.
First pick next year was Anthony Bennett.
Anthony Bennett.
Year after that-
guy was it was Kyrie.
Yeah.
Dang it, that stupid guy. I don't know.
Is this team worse?
I don't think this team will. Oh, dang, it's so hard.
I think they're worse.
But the thing is, and this is where it's so hard with
That
like-
team had Antoine Jameson,
Yeah.
Anthony Parker. Remember him?
Yes.
Raymond Sessions,
Booby Gibson.
Boobie Gibson, and Anderson Varejao. That was the starting lineup.
This team is way better. There's no freaking way. There's no freaking
But-
way they don't get
I think on paper they're better. I'll give you that. But
skill wise.
what did we just fire the head coach? Fought against Larry Drew. JR requested a trade. We got the 22-22 All-Star game. Kevin Love is gone. Sued by the former head coach, and the vets don't like Colin Sexton. How can a team possibly succeed in this environment?
That is very true. Damn. It's going to be so close. They're going to win like 20 games.
How many? 20 games?
I think it'd be like 21. I think I'll give them 21. There's going to be a stretch of games where they're like, okay, we can get our confidence, we'll get it. Hopefully. I don't know.
All right. Last question. Have the Cavs reached rock bottom yet? Is this right now as worse as it's going to get?
Yeah.
Is there potential for their to be worse?
Only because if they're bad this year, they get number one. They probably get another number one pick, whatever. Call it a day, right? With that, you're still looking. You have Zion Williamson coming out this year. RJ Barrett coming out this year. Like, you have some good talent coming out this year. It's a little top heavy, but like, you have the talent. So this might be the worst they will be.
Can things get worse right now?
I really don't think things can get worse. But they're definitely competing for the worst team in the league, though. Right now.
Yeah.
Them, the Kings, and the
Suns.
Yeah, probably Suns. Those three teams.
Wow.
That's so crazy.
Wow. Well, that's and we'll leave it at that. The Cavs being the Cavs, and
well,
that's what we got.
Worst part of the show. We got to go. All right.
That was a packed show.
That was a packed show. I'm sweating up in here, and I got like a jacket and 2 hoodies on.
So you should be sweating.
I know. Trying to lose weight out here.
Yeah.
But thank you for listening to Fourth Quarter Cast. You can listen to us on, podcasts on your iPhone. You can listen to us on SoundCloud, Google Play, pretty much everywhere you want to play us at. We're there. iHeartRadio, Spotify, whatever. It don't matter. We're there. And we have a website, fourthquartercast.com. 4TH Quartercast. If you don't know how to spell it, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. You better find somebody. You can follow us on Twitter. Same thing. 4TH Quartercast. All right. Add us. Ask us questions. We're going to get back to you as soon as possible. Bet. Okay. Cap, where can they follow you at?
_JCap. You can follow my band _Northern Whale.
They suck.
Nope.
Kidding. They're great. You can follow me, More Kyle, please, on Twitter. More Kyle 2 on Snapchat. Thank you for listening. And come back, all right? No, I'm kidding. I was not going to say anything. Goodbye.
Pardon me while I elevate. May not be on time, but I'm never late. that you wanna be. Flavor like your baby mama cup of tea. You see the company I'm keeping now. Feeling like I'm dreaming, I keep feeling like I'm dreaming. Don't come around.